Good morning. And this is another touching story, inspiring though. The story of the Uches. The Uches were two young boys who fell in love with each other. They became close, became very good friends at a very young age because they bear the same name, the Uches. They were not brothers, they were from different families, but they looked alike. And they became very close friends, loved by all. Grew up in the streets of Ungwa Road, Ababia State, Nigeria. And then they were in love with football. They went into football. They started playing football at a very tender age. And so they grew up playing football. When they were over 20, they decided to relocate to Lagos. And when they got to Lagos, they realized that football could not work for them and decided to look for something else to do. We had Uche 1 and Uche 2 because that was the only way you could identify them. Uche 1 was a year older than Uche 2. And so Uche 1 went and became a mechanic, went to learn how to do mechanic. He became a roadside mechanic, while Uche 2 had an uncle who was a senior police officer. And so he helped him to become a police officer. They were all in Lagos. But the different occupations did not stop their friendship. They kept finding time to be together. So their friendship worked stronger and stronger. And they got married. 6 years later, Uche 1 was in his mechanic shop. While a big man came with a car, a young man, very rich, a very big car, came into his shop and asked him to service the car. In the process of servicing the car, he was still there with the young man, and when the drug law enforcement agency walked in, and the NDLEA walked in on them, and then they searched the car, and then they saw drug in the car, and then they arrested the Uche. Arrested Uche 1. And then the guy that came with the car, they arrested the mechanic and the guy that came with the car. They took them to the station. And the guy that came with the car had a father. His father was a very big businessman. And he had plans for him. He was a big man's son. He had plans for him to be the next governor of the state. And so they were arrested with the drugs. And when they got to the station, Uche 1 had to call his friend. He called his friend to come and intercede, and the case was handed over to his friend. And so it was very clear that it was the rich man's son that drove the car with the drugs in. And so the rich man now, knowing very well that if that story should go out, his son's political career will be dead on arrival. There will be no way for the son to become the governor of the state, which he was polishing him to be, decided